What's up, book lovers? Welcome back to my channel. Michelle Mahoney here. Before I get started in today's video, I just want to say how refreshing it is that I no longer care like what I look like, what I'm wearing, what the background is. I have no makeup on, and I've really been trying to embrace the fact that this is just who I am, this is what I look like. And it would be nice to be dolled up all the time for all my videos, but I don't want to. I don't have the energy. I just got over being sick for like 2 days, and whatever, like this is me. So I just want to like throw that out there for anyone that needs that kind of message today. If you're like ever even thinking about making videos, if you can just get over the hump of like not caring, I promise you things are so much easier because you can just go on and film when you're ready and wanting to and not really care what anyone else thinks. And so I'm kind of at that point right now, and it's actually really nice because I just, whatever, like it is, this is it. This is the real nitty gritty, right? And I think that that's way more relatable than getting all dolled up and being prim and perfect, and that's not who I am. So I'm not going to put myself in videos like that because I'm not. I do like to dress up once in a while, and I do like to have my makeup, and I like to have that kind of stuff, but my everyday is more like this. So this is how we're filming today, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so it's the month of July, and I have so many books that I want to read. It's not even funny, but I'm gonna stick with going back to the month of June because I didn't do a lot of my physical books on that TBR list, and that is because I found this author called Frida McFadden, and I fell in love, and I just binge read like a bunch of books from her. So last month, I had all thrillers on my list, and I still stuck to that genre. I just didn't actually read a bunch of physical books off of my list because I found Frida and I just was like enthralled. And so so my first Frida book was Never Lie, and I enjoyed it so much that when I was on my Kindle, I went to search for more books from her, and they also pop up like more books from that author. And so then I read The Housemaid's Secret, and then One by One, and now I'm reading Do Not Disturb because I just can't get enough. Like, she's just so fantastic. So if you like psychological thrillers, I highly, highly recommend Frida McFadden. She's wonderful. And so because I stayed on my Kindle most of last month, after I finished Do Not Disturb, I kind of want to switch over back to reading my physical book list because there were a lot of books on there that I wanted to read as well. And so I do have to do a whole reading wrap up of June, but I think that will be my next video because in this video, I want to talk about my July TBR list. So I have, if you can see my list here, it's much different because I have all physical books and only a couple over here. So I'm going to finish the Do Not Disturb on the Kindle, and then I'm going to hopefully kind of leave the Kindle for a little bit. We'll see. Because I want to focus on the physical books. But my Kindle is Do Not Disturb by Frida McFadden. And then I have on my audiobook list, I'm On So Hard, and then Self-Confidence Affirmations, I think it is. I don't know. It was already on my audiobook list from a long time ago. I'm not even sure how much I want to listen to it, but I feel like it's already on there, and I kind of want to get through my list that's already on there. So same with I'm On So Hard. I have the physical copy, but because I already had it on my Kindle like audio list, I think I'm just going to listen to those audio, and then that will be my audiobook list. I will probably pick at least 2 more audios though, because those ones I can usually do 1 a week because I listen to those when I'm doing other things. Okay, so for my physical book list, I actually, hang on. Okay, so for my physical book list, these are all the books that I have. I have already started Reasons to Stay Alive by Matt Haig. I had found this book, and I know it sounds like horrible because it kind of is, but I'm just such a like depressed, anxiety-ridden person, and I always have been. And so I came across this book somehow, I think on Pango, and I just got really interested because I love to read what other people's experiences are because everyone's experience can be different. And it's so easy to relate to people who go through those struggles because if you're going through it, you can understand like what they're meaning and what they're saying. So so far I really love this, and I actually plan on reading this whole thing today. Today's July 4th. Happy July 4th. And so my goal is to read this book today. It's only like 279 pages. So that's like nothing, and I'm already 20 pages in. So I think I'll definitely be able to finish this today, which would be a good start to July because I've been sick the past couple days. So I have not finished a book in July yet. or even really, like I started this, but I was like so sick, I just couldn't even really focus. I was able to listen to my audiobook a little bit. I mom so hard just because like listening is a lot easier, but I'm not really a ton into that. So I'm in 3 books right now, but I'm not really deep into any of them yet. So it'd be nice to finish a book today and kind of get my July started. So this was on my last month's TBR list, but I didn't get to it. So it's called A Flicker in the Dark, which I'm really excited about this one. I feel like it's going to be so good. I just fell in love with Frida, like I mentioned. So I have this one. This one is my book of the month pick for my book club. So if you're not in my book club and you want to be, go join me on Facebook there. It's called Beach Read by Emily Henry. I'm pretty sure I have not read any Emily Henry books yet. So this will be my first one. And I do hear wonderful things about it. And I do want to read A Happy Place. But I've wanting to read this for a long time. So I chose this one for my monthly book club meeting. And I feel like July is a good month for this because it's definitely beach weather and I want to get to the beach this month. So I feel like this one's good for that. So I'm excited about that. Totally different genres. With my book club, I had 2 different picks. I had the beach read and then I also had Confess. And no one had really voted, so I'm going to read both of them, but I'm going to have Beach Read as my official pick. But I want to read Confess by Colleen Hoover. I haven't read a Colleen Hoover book in so long, and I love her books, so I really wanted to get a Colleen book in this month, so I'm going to read this one. Then I have The Writing Retreat. This is another one from last month's TBR list that I just didn't get to, but I've been wanting to read this one for so long. I am kind of regretting reading it now, though, because it is like a wintry theme. Which I like to read during the winter, but it's so hot. Maybe this will make me feel better about life because I love the winter and I want it back right now because it's way too damn hot outside. But I really want to read this one a lot. So this one was also from last month TBR list, which is The Girl on the Train. I don't know what it is about this book. I hear great things, but for some reason, every time I like think about starting this book, I just don't want to, and I don't know why. So this might be a book that I have to like force myself to read, even though I hear it's so good. I don't know what it is about it. So we'll see what happens with that. This one, The Last Word, also from last month, and I didn't get to it, but just even the cover makes me want to read it. It looks awesome. I just haven't got to it yet, but I hope to. And You're Invited, which I believe there is a movie out right now that looks very similar to this. I have not made the correlation or done the research yet, but it's either out now or it's coming out soon. But I think it's called Just Invited, maybe. I gotta look at it more, but again, like the cover just looks amazing. I'm really interested. I love thrillers, and so I really hope I get to all these books this month. And let's see, I have 11. I have 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 books right now. I'll probably add at least 2 more audiobooks just because those are really easier to listen to. So if I can get further, that would be great. But yeah, I definitely want to get on my physical book list this month because last month definitely slacked. But I've fallen in love with the Kindle. Like I love it so much. It's so compact. You can carry it everywhere. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Like wow, I've been missing out this whole time. Like I love my physical books, but I really, really am enjoying the Kindle like a lot. So definitely one of the best presents my husband ever got me before. So yeah, here's where we are for July. My reading goal book is 11 books, which last month I did read 11. So if I could do even 12 this month, that would be pretty cool. So let's see, for May, my goal was 12, but I only read 9. And then for June, my goal was 10 and I read 11. So my goal for July was originally going to be 11. So we'll see. I'm going to stick with the 11 for now. And if I can get more, that'd be great. But we're just going to roll with that. So I'm really excited. If you have not downloaded my reading tracker, you can do that also and link down below if you'd like to keep track of your books. I just saw somebody in one of my book clubs on Facebook. She does a bullet journal and she's been keeping track of her books there, which I thought was really cute. If I can find a picture, I'll put that there. But yeah, I think it's fun to track your books, and like I have Goodreads too, but I like doing the physical like coloring, and it's just fun for me. So definitely if you want to follow along with that, you can. And again, if you want to join the book club, I will have the link down for that in my Facebook group as well. So if you want to join me there, that would be great. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one when I do my reading wrap up for June. See you.